रामाय रामभद्राय रामचंद्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः. Uttarakhand, chapter number 28. Ravana and sage Kapila. The recitation begins now. Having conferred this boon upon Ravana, the grandfather sprung from lotus speedily returned to the region of Brahman. After having obtained the boon, Ravana too came back. After a few days, that Rakshasa Ravana, the dread of all people, arrived at the banks of the western ocean with his counselors. And on the island a person was seen bright as fire under the name Mahajambunada, seated there alone. He had a dreadful figure and was like unto the fire at dissolution. And beholding that highly powerful person amongst men, like unto the chief of gods amongst the celestials, the moon amongst the planets, the lion amongst the Sharabas, the Airavata amongst the elephants, the Meru amongst the mountains, and the Parijata amongst the trees, the 10-necked demon said, "Give me battle." Thereat his eyes became agitated like unto planets, and from clashing of his teeth there arose a sound like the clapping of thunderbolts. And the highly powerful Dashanana too roared with his counselors. And with darts, Shaktis, Rishtis, and Patichas, he again and again assailed that highly effulgent person, having long arms with dreadful appearance, huge teeth, a grim figure, a conch-like neck, spacious breast, a belly like that of a frog, a countenance like that of a lion, legs like the Mount Kailasa, red palms, red hands, emitting dreadful roars, huge-bodied, gifted with the velocity of mind and air, dreadful, carrying quivers, bells, and chowries, encircled by a burning flame, and emitting a sweet note as a network of kinkini does, having a garland of golden lotuses hung round his neck, appearing graceful like unto the Rigveda, bedecked with lotus garlands resembling the Anjana and golden mountains. As a lion is not moved by the attack of a wolf, the elephant by that of a bull, the Sumeru by the king of serpents, and the great ocean by the current of a river, so that great persons was not agitated, and he said to Dashagriva, "O vicious-minded night ranger, I shall soon remove thy desire for a battle. O Rama, the might of that person was 1,000 times greater than that of Ravana, which was dreadful unto all the worlds. Piety and asceticism were at the root of attaining to everything in the world, or at his thighs. Cupid is his male organ, the Vishvadevas are at his waist, and the Maruts are the sides of his basti. The Vasus are in the middle portion of his body, the oceans are in his belly, the waters are on his sides, the Maruts are at his joints, the manes are one his back, and the grandfather has taken shelter in his heart. The pious acts of making gifts of kine, gold, and land are his downs. The mountains Himalaya, Himkuta, Mandara, and Meru are his bones. The thunderbolt is his palm, the sky is his body. The evening and watery clouds are on his neck. The Creator, Preserver, and the Vidyadharas are his two arms. Ananta, Vasaki, Vishalaksha, Iravat, Kambala, Ashvatara, Karkotaka, Dhananjaya, the venomous Takshaka and Upatakshaka have taken shelter under the nails of his hands in order to vomit forth their venom. The fire is in his mouth, the Rudras are on his shoulders, the fortnights, months, years, and seasons are on the rows of his teeth. The lunar half and the dark half of the month are in his nostrils. The airy current are in the pores of his body. Saraswati, the goddess of words, is in his neck. The two Ashwins are his ears. The sun and moon are his two eyes. O Rama, all the divisions of the Vedas, Yagmas, the whole host of stars, good words, energy, asceticism, all these are being supported by his body, assuming the shape of a man. Thereupon that Purusha easily struck Ravana with his hands hard as thunder. Being assailed thereby, Ravana immediately fell on the ground. Beholding the Rakshasa fallen and having distressed others, that huge person, like unto the Rigveda, resembling a mountain and bedecked with lotus garlands, entered the region under the earth. Ravana addressed his counselors thus: O Prahasta, O Sukarashana, and other ministers, where had that person suddenly gone? Do ye tell me this? Hearing those words of Ravana, the night rangers said, That man who crusheth down the pride of the celestials and demons hath entered hither. Just as Garuda goes speedily after taking a serpent, similarly the vicious-minded Ravana arrived quickly at the entrance of the den. And Ravana, having no fear, entered therein. And having entered there, he saw males resembling the red collyrium, wearing kayuras, heroic, bedecked with red garlands, pasted with red sandal, and adorned with divers golden ornaments and jewels. He saw there 3 millions of such high-minded persons, devoid of every fear, pure, radiant like fire, dancing and being mad after festivities. Beholding them, the Dashagriva of dreadful prowess was not the least terrified, and rather saw their dance standing at the gate. They were all like the male being he had seen before. They were all of the same color, same dress, same figure, and equally gifted with great energy. They were all gifted with 4 arms and great energy. Beholding them, the down of the 10-necked demon stood erect, though a boon had been conferred upon him by the self-born, and he speedily issued out of that place. And he again saw another huge person lying down on a bed. His house, seat, and bed were all white and valuable, and he was sleeping, enveloped by fire. And there sat gracefully with a fan in her lotus hands the goddess Lakshmi, most beautiful in the 3 worlds, as if the ornament thereof, chaste, adorned with celestial garlands, sprinkled with excellent sandal paste, bedecked with rich ornaments and clad in precious raiment. Having entered there, without any counselor, the vicious Ravana, the lord of Rakshasas, on beholding that chaste damsel with sweet smiles, seated on a royal seat, being possessed by desire, grew anxious to hold her by the hand as one, under the influence of death, catches a sleeping serpent. Beholding that lord of Rakshasas with loose clothes, and understanding him as desirous of holding her, the deity, having huge arms, asleep and enveloped with fire, laughed aloud. And scorched suddenly by that energy, Ravana, the dread of all people, fell down on earth like an uprooted tree. Beholding that Rakshasa fallen, he said the following words: Rise up, O foremost of Rakshasas, thou shalt not meet with death today. Thou shalt live and be protected, O Rakshasa, by the great patriarch's boon. Do thou go away, O Ravana, with confidence. Thou shalt not experience death just now. Regaining his sense instantly, Ravana was stricken with fear. And being thus addressed, that enemy of the celestials stood up and with his down erect said to that highly resplendent deity, Who art thou, gifted with great energy and like unto the fire of dissolution? Tell me, who art thou, O deity, and whence thou hast come hither? Thus being accosted by the vicious soul Ravana, the deity smiled, replied in words deep as the muttering of clouds, saying, What shalt thou do with me, O 10-necked demon? Thou art not to be slain by me now. Being thus addressed, the 10-necked demon with folded palms said, By the words of the patriarch, I shall not tread the path of death. There is none born amongst men or celestials who can equal me and disregard, by virtue of his prowess, the great patriarch's boon. His words can never be falsified. Every great exertion is weak before them. I do not behold any such man in the 3 worlds who can render that boon useless. O foremost of the deities, I am immortal, and I do not fear thee. And even if I meet with death, I may have it from thee and no one else, my lord. My death from thee is both glorious and praiseworthy. Thereupon Ravana, gifted with dreadful prowess, beheld within the body of that deity all the 3 worlds with mobile and immobile creations. The Adityas, the Maruts, the Siddhas, the 2 Ashwins, Rudras, the Mains, Yama, Kuvera, The oceans, mountains, rivers, all the divisions of the Veda and the knowledge, fire, planets, sky, stars, siddhas, gandharvas, charanas, the ascetics, conversant with the knowledge of Vedas, Garuda and the serpents and the other deities, yakshas, daityas, and rakshasas were all seen in their incorporeal forms on the person of that great Purusha lying down. Thereupon the virtuous soul Rama said to Agastya, the foremost of Munis, "Who is that male being stationed in the island? Who are those 3 kotis male beings? And who is this person who crusheth down the pride of the Daityas and Danavas?" Hearing Rama's words, Agastya said, "O thou existing eternally, O God of gods, hearken, I shall relate it unto thee. The person stationed in the island is the illustrious Kapila. All those dancing persons are the deities equaling that intelligent Kapila in energy and power. And that Rakshasa, bent on sin, was not seen by him with angry looks, and therefore, O Rama, Ravana was not then and there reduced to ashes, and he, resembling a mountain with his person pierced, fell on the ground. As a wily wight goes through a secret, so he pierced Ravana's person with his shaft-like words. Having regained his sense, however, after a long time, the Rakshasa of great prowess returned to his counselors. Mangalam Koshalendraya Mahaniya Gunate Chakravarti Dhanurjaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam.